Merry Christmas! We are unwrapping presents for all 32 teams in the NHL.
And we are doing New Year's resolutions for all 4 divisions.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast brought to you by BetMGM. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Dan, nice crew neck.
Dude, you know what's funny? I love that we're wearing the same crew neck. We got our same Empty Netters crew necks on. And you know what I really, really love is that it's Christmas Day, and it's kind of like back in the day where your parents would dress you and your siblings in the same shit.
Yo, dude, really
that's
good.
That's why I wanted it. Like it's Christmas Day. We've got matching outfits on. We're all cozy, and we're gonna watch a Christmas movie later, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, that's actually some of the fondest memories of my entire life. So this is great.
It's really phenomenal stuff. Look, we're matching. We're having a happy Christmas. It's gonna be wonderful.
Speaking of, Dan, I buy every year. I like giving Christmas gifts. You know this.
Yeah, you do. You love it more than I believe is probably healthy. Like, I think you need to chill out.
You know how the people are like, I like giving gifts more than getting gifts. And you're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I might.
I think you do. That's like, I don't think it's a might.
Oh, man. So I get one for anybody, and I get one for our dry cleaner. And that means something to me. And
she deserves it, man. You put me on to her. Shout out Elena.
Yep.
I go to her as well. Because she's not just our dry, like, she's my tailor.
Yeah, dude. She's everything.
Like,
she's my friend. She's my good friend.
She's my dear friend.
Yeah. And it occurred to me, because I've been getting her a gift for a while now. And what is the safest thing to get as a Christmas gift for essentially a stranger who is your good friend?
Yeah.
Because I don't know anything about her.
Does this fall into... Well, I think that's on you, buddy. You're talking to this person all the time. You should know more about her.
I mean, I know like where she spends holidays, and like I know like she's got who her siblings are and all that.
Well, well, where does she spend holidays?
Well, they go to NorCal a bunch, and they go to Montana. There's a ski place in Montana they go to. But she doesn't ski. She's like, I don't like skiing. I just sit in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get her like a nice sweater for the ski weather.
Yeah, but like, am I buying clothes?
Yeah, that's weird.
For my dry cleaner?
Yeah, you're not buying clothes for your dry cleaner. And I was going to say you could get her a nice like NorCal thing, but she's like, I'm the one who goes to NorCal. I get you NorCal stuff.
Yeah, dude.
You don't get me NorCal stuff.
So
yeah, that's tough. All right, safe bet. You can't get alcohol.
Well, because Dan, that's what I thought.
You don't know.
I feel like everybody was going to say,
you don't know.
Get out, get a bottle of wine, get a nice thing of whiskey. But then I'm like this, bang, alcoholic, bang, relapse.
You did this to them,
and then now it's on me.
Yeah.
So you can't.
And also, can I say this, dude? Even if you do drink, I think alcohol is risky because I can't tell you when something good has happened in my life, when I have achieved something. I can't tell you.
This has never happened. So in this fucking fairy tale that you're
talking about the future. I'm talking about the future. The amount of times someone has bought me a congratulatory bottle of whiskey or scotch, and hand up, I'm a pussy.
Yeah.
I do not like those things. I am not a scotch guy. I'm not a whiskey guy. So when people get those for me, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And they just go on my like liquor shelf.
Yep.
That I then regift, or they literally sit there and collect dust until a selfish friend comes over and is like, dude, I could use a nice couple of fingers of scotch. Let me open up your $300 bottle of scotch that you haven't cracked. And I'm like, I mean,
really?
Go for it. I'm not going to drink it, but that's a crazy move.
Yep.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's sketchy. You're either,
I know, dude.
You're either catapulting someone into relapse, or you're getting them a liquor they don't like.
Dude, best case, you're catapulting someone into relapse. Worst case, you're getting someone whiskey that will waste. It will be a waste.
I think you've got those two mixed up, but I hear you. You're on the right track.
So,
dude, what about food?
Yeah, okay. So this, I go chocolate. I get a basket, a gift basket, and it varies every year. I never get the same basket. I never once have gotten the same basket, but I get
Nice.
a various gift basket of, and sometimes it's the standard Forrest Gump chocolate style box, where it's just like, hey, there's a bunch of chocolates, but I don't like that one because that one feels so basic and kind of intimate. Maybe, I don't know. Like, is that romantic?
I think it's based on the shape of the container. Yeah. It can be intimate or not intimate.
Rectangle, friends.
Yes.
Circle, don't know.
Circles, what are we?
What are we? Heart, I want a divorce. So but I get a basket, Dan, that has, chocolate covered pretzels in this thing, and then some maybe some Rolos over here, and then maybe some sticks, chocolate sticks.
Crazy Rolo pull by you there.
That was for Edge. That was for Edge. Whenever Edge listens to this, he'll appreciate that. But I've been going chocolate basket, and I felt great about it. And literally this year, the reason I'm even bringing this up was this year I handed it to her, and as I was walking out, I was like, every year does she go, "Oh, thanks, Chris," and then just like give it away because she's like, "This sucks. I don't like chocolate." And I mean, who doesn't like chocolate? Most people like chocolate, so it felt safe. But all of a sudden, I had this weird panic attack that maybe this was a horrible gift this whole time.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I think fitness has never been more in. Yeah. I could see some people being like, "Dude, I do not need all this chocolate at my house." So it's a risky game.
Yeah,
I don't know what the answer is. I think chocolates and alcohol in a day and age would have been safe. I think really what we got to do here is get more information on people.
Yeah, dude. More government regulations.
You know what we do? You bring in a shirt with a stain on it, and you go, hey, I got this shirt. I got a chocolate stain on it.
Chocolate stain right here. Wine stain right here.
Need it to come up. We'll do one at a time.
No, dude. You double tap.
And all right, fine. I got a chocolate stain over here, a wine stain over here. You like chocolate? You like wine? Just like make conversation.
This must happen to you all the time. You're always eating chocolate, right?
You big chocolate fans? This must happen to you.
You spill wine like me?
She goes like this. It does. I love chocolate. And you go.
And she goes, I used to spill wine all the time 20 years ago when I had my last drop.
When I wrapped my car around a telephone pole and then changed my life for the better. I can't even be around alcohol. If I am, it'll ruin my entire life.
Pulls out her 20-year token, says, how fucking dare you bring me this shirt?
And then you look down and realize that you've gotten her bourbon-filled chocolates.
Eat them all. I go, no! Eat them all.
Eat them all.
Hammered. Walk home.
You've ruined this person's life.
In Christmas.
So be careful. Hey, know you love getting gifts. Be careful.
Be careful.
Be careful what you do, dude. You gotta button it up. You gotta button it up.
Yeah, you're right.
We have got some resolutions for divisions today. We've got some gifts for teams today. It's the holiday season. We're having a happy Christmas. We're going to make sure every team has a nice, beautiful box, a big box for Ron under the tree with a bow on top. Do you want to do presents first and then resolutions? Because that's how the calendar goes?
That's how the calendar goes. So, yes.
We're going to do it. Okay. Let's start with the Atlantic. We're in the Atlantic.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the Atlantic. I'm staring at the Atlantic Ocean. Let's start with the Atlantic and do their resolutions.
Okay, but I actually thought, Dan, we should just go. Oh, you want to do resolutions? I thought we said presents.
We did say presents. I don't know why I did that.
That was epic, dude. Oh my god.
I just said, should we do the calendar? Yeah. But I think I just got so excited because presents are so fun. I almost want to wait, but we got to do presents first. This is how it goes. We're going to do presents first.
And I think we take turns.
I think no rhyme or reason. Just tell me a team and then let it rip.
Okay, so and Dan doesn't know. We split the teams. I got 16 of them. Dan got 16 of them. I don't know what presents Dan got his 16 teams. He doesn't know what presents I got my 16 teams.
Correct. Babes, at this point, you know that we have teamed up with BetMGM for the entire season. And right now, it's the holiday season. We've got 7 days of parlays. We've got 12 days of BetSmiths going on. All of the good stuff. All of the picks in the NHL. We've got unbelievable European football going on. We've got NFL playoffs coming up soon. BetMGM has you covered in all of those things. And BetMGM is taking care of you like no one else in the space because they love you more than anything. If you sign up right now, using promo code NETTERS, NETTERS, you can bet up to $1,500. And if you lose it, guess what? You get it all back. $1,500 straight back into your account so you can let it rip and let it ride one more time. Unbelievable stuff from BetMGM as always. Make sure you get signed up and you get in on the action with me and CP, with Dr. Locks, with everyone who is making some of these amazing picks, especially over the holiday season. It's going to be a Christmas miracle. Get signed up today and get in on BetMGM with us. The action is beautiful.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY for New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 for Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP for Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF for Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 for Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
All right, I'm going first, Dan. And the first team, I didn't even mean to do this, but the first team I've got is the Boston Bruins.
Wow. That was conscious, dude.
Well, I think that's just because I wrote it down first.
Yeah. Maybe it was subconscious, but your heart wanted to give a gift to the Bruins.
Christmas morning, the Boston Bruins open a present and find out that Patrice Bergeron has come out of retirement. An official league document has been sent to Gary Bettman, and Patrice Bergeron will be suiting up to play 1C for the rest of this season and the next 3 seasons, and he signed a 4-year deal for vet minimum.
Wow. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't love this gift for the Bruins. I think time has passed it by. Last year, I would have loved this gift.
Yeah.
But this year, it just feels like too little, too late.
But for this season, but he signed there's 3 more years on the deal.
I'm interested in what his role. I don't love the 1C. Like, you know what I would love? They unwrap that, and there's a 3-year deal for Patrice Bergeron to be the new GM. That is what I would love.
Whoa, dude.
Make Patrice Bergeron
reinstitute. He's a player GM. He's a player GM.
Nah, I don't even need him to play. Reinstitute the culture and take back the Boston Bruins. Now we're talking.
He can only do that, Dan, he can only do that from within the locker room. He can only do that from within.
All right, maybe he's a coach GM. Sorry, Sacco.
Player GM.
Or
player, coach, and GM.
Power play coach GM. Keep Sacco in there.
And player. Player, coach, GM.
I don't know if he's got it anymore, dude.
What?
He said that himself.
No, he said that to convince himself that he can step away from the game, as everyone does. They go, I don't have it anymore. When
you're opening a Pandora's box of putting Berg back on the ice and him being not good anymore, and you've now ruined everything. Yeah, dude, think about it. You're playing with fire. This is the first gift that you opened, and we're playing with fire.
Yeah, good, dude. Got to stay hot.
GM first, then we can talk.
Player.
My first gift is for the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers stumble down the stairs on Christmas morning, and there's a bunch of presents under there, and they open them up, and it's beautiful Canada Goose jackets for every single member of the team. Customized.
That's really nice.
Customized Canada Goose jackets, because let me tell you what, it is getting cold in New York. It's getting cold-blooded. These guys are getting kicked out the door onto the streets with nothing. Now they have a nice jacket to keep them warm when Chris Drury treats them like a redheaded stepchild and boots them out the door. Because we've got a fucking fire sale going on in New York. No one's safe.
When Drury goes, death or exile, dude.
And they go like this. You think I'm walking out there? He goes, great, death. By exile.
Here's your
You're all gone,
jacket.
dude. Ain't no one safe on that team.
Really
How do you
good
feel? What do you think Igor Shesterkin is thinking after signing that deal, and now every person is getting shipped out the door like Michael Jackson selling off assets?
Dude, I can't fathom the attitude up in that building right now.
And Duchesne must be like, what the fuck have you done to me? I could have been in Vegas. I could have been in Vegas by June, and you fucked me.
It's his own fault. Okay, next up, I've got the Anaheim Ducks.
Quack, quack, quack.
Quack, quack, quack. Christmas morning, I hope they've got a huge living room, because when they come down, under the tree is soccer goals. Rule change. We are playing NHL hockey with soccer goals now. And the Anaheim Ducks league embarrassing 76 goals for now skyrockets, because it's going to be way easier to shoot pucks in the net with a fucking soccer goal.
That is huge for them, dude. They got, dude, the last thing that I thought would be an issue for the Ducks this season was scoring goals. And boy, they can't buy them. They can't buy them.
It's insane, Dan.
We need the boys to start burying the puck.
They have the firepower. We know they have the firepower.
Yeah.
I need to see the net ripple a few times.
You know what's really funny, man? We posted a clip last week about from our last episode saying, is it possibly time up in Anaheim for Zegras? There are a lot of cuties in Orange County who are Ducks fans who can't process the idea of losing cute Trevor Zegras. They just love how cute he is, and they didn't even listen to the clip. They were like, Trevor Zegras is not going anywhere. We love him. He is so happy. And I'm like, have you seen his body language on the ice? Like, he knows he can be better, and he's going to be better. But like all these fans acting like nothing is wrong. I was like, oh, this is cute. Like you guys just love. You just love him.
Love Z.
And that's great. Okay, my next gift is going to be for the Buffalo Sabres, Chris.
Oh, no.
The Buffalo Sabres unwrapped their gift, and it is a brand new metallic for sale sign. Enough is enough. The Pegula family is got to go.
Wow.
This team, if they do another clear out of players, the fan base is and the fan base needs to see more former Sabres go off and win a cup somewhere. They might put themselves through a table permanently, because we cannot watch this family and this ownership and this GM go, yep, we're just going to shake things up. We're going to trade some players. Dylan Cousins, you're out the door. You're going to Dallas. And, you just won a cup. That can't happen anymore. It can't happen. The Sabres, they got to get back into winning ways, and it ain't happening with this current setup. For sale, we're selling the team. Someone take over and do right by this fan base.
Wow, dude, that is it's a sad day. It's a sad day, but sometimes it takes drastic changes. It takes drastic changes to make an impact. And this might be exactly the Christmas gift they needed.
It might be.
Next up for me, Dan, I've got the Los Angeles Kings.
Ooh, be nice.
The Los Angeles Kings, and I'm not even saying that they wished for this, but I'm saying this is what they received. They come down Christmas morning.
Oh, my God.
Open their present, and they find out that the storied Detroit Red Wings franchise, with all those rivalries in the Western Conference, has been sent back to the Western Conference to play their games. But, Dan, due to Newton's laws, if something comes west, something must go to the Eastern Conference. And that would be the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers have been sent to the Eastern Conference to get the Detroit Red Wings back to the West. And, we'll see them in the finals, maybe. Maybe. But that's way down the road.
That's fantastic news for the Kings.
That's way down the road.
Get him out of there.
Dude.
Get him out of there.
Can't beat them, kick them east.
Kick him out.
That's what they always say, dude.
The Kings do not lose playoff series. They win them.
Yeah.
Or they kick the Edmonton Oilers out of their division because it's unfair.
And again, I'm not saying they asked for this. They didn't ask Santa for this.
They did
I'm
not.
just saying that's what they got.
Wow. Fantastic. Okay, we're talking about the Red Wings. We were just talking about The Office, too. I'm going to bring both of those back here. And now the Red Wings are opening up their gift. The Red Wings believe in the Yzer plan. We're still believing in the Yzer plan, but it needs a little juice. So what the Red Wings get under the tree is Michael Scott's 45-day plan. 45 days, 45 points. It's a point per day. They're going to do 45 days, 45 points, and they're going to get back in business. And you can take that to the bank.
Dude.
They need a shakeup. The Yzer plan needs some retooling. It needs a little bit of work. Michael Scott is going to come in. He's going to do his 45-day plan and get the Yzer plan back on track. And the Red Wings are going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals like that.
Michael Scott might be the perfect coach for the Red Wings.
He might be.
I actually think
if he goes to that shareholder meeting, Chris, and he delivers that 45-day plan, everything changes. That's what the Red Wings need. They need Michael Scott to get them back on track.
If the Red Wings could ever
very simple.
Do a midseason coaching change, it should be for Steve Carell in character as Michael Scott to just pump their tires.
Steve Carell was a phenomenal player. People forget that.
Yeah, good point, dude. He knows the game.
They bring in Michael Scarn for the All-Star game to save the world. Like, you think he can't save the Red Wings? They need a 45-day plan. 45-day plan, 45 points. It's a point per day. They're back on track.
Okay. St. Louis Blues.
Ooh.
St. Louis Blues, Christmas morning. Waking up a present and rule change. The winner of the Winter Classic gets an automatic bid to the Cup.
To the Cup?
Yes.
Dear God. That might be a too far of a jump. Maybe playoffs.
No.
Right to the Cup?
bang.
Wow.
Western Conference Finals. Western
Hey,
Conference Finals.
Don't let them get one. That's the thing.
That's
you
what
win
I'm
that
saying.
Winter Classic game, the juice that they'll have knowing they're going
Boom.
straight to the Cup, they don't even have to worry about the playoffs.
Dude, rule change. It's like Survivor. There's like crazy shit happening within games. These big things appear. Boom. They found a rule change. Winter Classic winner goes to the Cup.
Unbelievable.
And dude, that's risky. They could lose. They could lose to the Hawks.
They sure
I'm not
could.
saying they automatically win the Winter Classic. I'm just telling you that was huge for them because now they can see the path.
That is huge. We're going to kick it old school here. We're going the Toronto Maple Leafs. Old school Christmas traditions here. Under the tree for them is a priest. And this priest is here to perform an exorcism. Because here's the deal. This team is good.
Oh, yeah, they are.
This team is good. They look different. They look confident. They look like they might have the legs to make a run. The only thing that could get in their way, Chris, is themselves and their own demons. So we need a priest to perform an exorcism to get those demons out. Demon, be gone! That needs to happen so this team can just get over their own shit and get past that first and second round. Simple.
Do you think that Berube is a guy that believes in this type of stuff?
No, and that's his biggest flaw.
That's what I was right about to say.
I don't think he believes at all.
I think he needs to get on board.
I don't think he believes at all
with this magic.
And unfortunately, Chris, he is the guy in the horror movie that you're like, oh, buddy,
yeah,
you are an idiot. Like, you need to stop doubting the fact that this is real because it's going to bite you in the ass.
I love it, Dan.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, next up, I got the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche, Christmas morning, they rip open the box and the tissue paper, and they find new goalie equipment for Landy. Realizing he can't skate anymore, he decides to take up goalie, becomes a brick wall. His presence is felt in the locker room, and it turns out he missed his true calling this whole time. He should have been between the pipes. Takes the Avs back to the Cup with his new goalie equipment.
Turns out he's the best Swedish goaltender of all time. Move aside, Hank.
And it's always been him, Dan.
Oh,
and I know the hips
my God.
are a problem, but I just think that it was a skating stride hip issue, not a butterfly hip issue. So
Landy back in the lineup. No pucks getting past him.
No.
This is unbelievable. This is a Goldberg situation.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Now you got a goalie skating to the red line, taking a knuckle puck from center ice opportunity left and right.
When we go pull the goalie, Landy just comes up.
He just pulls off the pads.
Just pulls off the pads, he comes up.
Unbelievable. That's huge. That's
It's
absolutely
massive.
huge. Next up for me, we're going to go the Ottawa Senators, Chris. Ottawa Senators run down. This one's actually in their stocking. It's not even under the tree. They find a gift card to Arby's. Because Arby's got the beef.
Yeah.
This Senators team, I'll tell you what, man, without games in hand, they could be above Boston and be in a playoff spot already. And they've got a shot at playoffs.
Okay.
They're getting hot. They're playing well. But they need some beef on that blue line. They got a lot of good, talented puck-moving defensemen. I need some beef. Give me a second pair, third pairing, shutdown guy to help out Ullmark, stop some of the bleeding, make sure they can hold on to some of these leads. And this team is going straight to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Just need that beef.
They do, and Dan, right now, some of these Atlantic teams have kind of been doing like, it's going to be the Sabres. That's the one. And then they're gone. And it's going to be Ottawa, and then they're gone. And then it's going to be Detroit. And Ottawa's on a wave right now.
Yeah, they're waving.
They just caught it. They caught it. They're going to take it. It's a right. It's a rolling right. Yeah, take it down, grab some water, enjoy the ride, and then make sure you can paddle back out. Because if you can't paddle back out, you're going to get washed ashore like the Sabres are right now.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm going to go to the Calgary Flames. They open up their present. Rule change.
Come on.
We're
changing the whole league here with all these rule changes.
The team that finishes with the most points to not make the playoffs, like of all the teams that don't make the playoffs, the team who finishes with the most points gets the first pick.
Oh, wow. You know what? I actually think that that's how it should work. I legitimately think there should be a who is the best of the worst.
Yeah.
Like, you should earn the first round pick.
This should be a playoff.
There should be a playoff.
Yeah.
Give me a 8-team round robin of the lowest 8 teams. The 8 teams with the least amount of points in the league. Give me an 8-team round robin to end the season to play for the first round pick.
That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be really cool.
I would love it. And
it's better than a lottery.
So you only want the 8. You don't want all 16.
Yeah.
That don't make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the Flames wouldn't get it in that version, but in my version with the rule change gift they've just received, they do get it, and I'm happy for them.
Yeah,
because they are behaving dumbly right now, and
they're winning. They're winning just enough games to not get rewarded for it.
Yeah.
In any way on either side.
They are now.
Unbelievable. I like that a lot. Okay, we're gonna go down to Tampa Bay Lightning. They go down to their fake tree out on the water, and they find a buyback clause. Can you believe it? The whole time they had a buyback clause for Stevie Stamkos when they let him go. There's a buyback clause sitting right on the tree. They can save Stamkos from Nashville, reunite the gang, put him back with Vasi and Hetty and Cooch. They win another cup back in Tampa and pretend like none of this ever happened. None of it ever happened. We didn't tell you that you can just kick rocks, and we offered you a 8-year deal at $3 million a season. We didn't do that. There's a buyback clause. You bring them right on back. Let Nashville do whatever the fuck they're doing. Put Stevie back with the boys. He's going to score 40.
Yeah.
He's going to score 40. You can put him on the team right now. He's still going to score 40.
Dude, in the Santa Claus, when around the business card in tiny print is like what happened.
Hey, listen,
him.
Can I pause real quick?
Yeah.
I need to share this with the world. You're going to tell me that you knew this, and I know you didn't.
I did, dude. But not my whole life. I found this out, a few years ago.
I need to admit something that's slightly embarrassing, but I feel like maybe we'll clip this, and then people will go, dude,
same.
Not just you. The Santa Claus, I believe in 1994.
Yeah.
Maybe 92, but I believe 1994.
I think 94.
Phenomenal Christmas film starring
Classic.
Tim Allen and Judd Nelson.
Judge. My name's Judge.
Judge Nelson. That movie is wonderful. One of my favorite Christmas movies, The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen. I love it. I watch it every year. I think it's really funny, and it's lovely, heartfelt. That film is titled The Santa Claus, and there's an E on the end of Claus. And my whole life, I just didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, whatever. That's not really how you spell Santa Claus, but maybe they're trying to do a personalized thing. There is a plot point in that film on a business card after Tim Allen scares Santa off the roof and then reads the card and thus becomes Santa. That is the Santa Claus, as in a contract. And that's why he becomes Santa. And the film is not titled after the titular character, Santa Claus, Père Noël, Popo Gijo. It is actually titled after the Santa Claus on the card. And I don't know why it took me into my 30s.
Now that you say it, aren't you like, yeah, obviously?
It's obvious.
Why would there be a random E on it?
It is obvious, but I just think it's one of those things where when I was a kid watching this movie, I didn't think about it. I didn't process it. So I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just knew that I would watch the Santa Claus.
I just knew that I loved it.
When I look up that movie on a streamer and I type in the Santa, it pops up. Mm-hmm. I don't need to remember the E, so it doesn't cross my mind.
Yep.
But I thought about it this year, came to that realization, and my mind was blown.
Well, I was going to say that if you look at the Tampa Bay trade, with the Nashville signing of Stammer, if you take a magnifying glass around the outside, I believe you will see the buyback clause.
You will see the Stammer clause.
Yeah, the Stammer clause.
The Stammer clause
I get to come back.
is around his deal in Nashville,
yep.
And it means he can go back.
I'm going to stay with Nashville because you brought them up. And Dan, the Nashville Predators, are you familiar with the game Hearts, the card game?
Yes. I'm not versed in it, however.
So it's a tricks game of 4 players, and you're trying to not get the hearts. Hearts are bad points.
Mm.
And the only other really bad one is the Queen of Spades, and you don't want that either. And if you get all the hearts and the Queen of Spades, it's called Shoot the Moon, and it's actually a really good thing, and everyone else gets negative stuff to you, and you win that round.
Wonderful.
National Predators, wake up, Christmas morning. Say it with me, Dan.
Shoot the moon.
Rule change.
Oh, it's another rule. Fuck.
Turns out this season is a shoot the moon season. And if you finish last, you're first. So we're going to do upsy downsies. And no one knew, dude, and the Preds had a feeling that this rule change was coming. And everybody's like, what are you doing? And then bang, Christmas Day, the whole league finds out we're upsy downsies. And the Jets are like, fuck. You know, like everybody's freaking out. The Sabres are sitting pretty. But the Preds, dude, are going to be ready to rock once we initiate shoot the moon situations.
Unbelievable. Turns out Barry Trotz was ahead of everybody.
He's a genius, dude. He's a genius.
Unbelievable. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're going to go over to Utah, to the Utah Hockey Club. Beautiful, snowy Christmas morning. And what do they find under the tree, Chris?
What's that?
A name.
Oh, okay.
A name.
Yep. The one that we've already heard.
Don't know what it is. But I think it's time.
Yeah, we got to get him a name.
Utah Hockey Club gimmick. I don't know if I'm alone in this. It's kind of run its course. It was cool. I know we've got, our boy Durs was like, I kind of like Hockey Club. And if that's the name, that's the name. But there's an element of identity that's missing from this team.
Yeah.
It's been a great success. Sure, Delta Center has some obstructed views. Sure, maybe we found out we were going to get this beautiful new arena, and now it turns out we're not going to get this beautiful new arena. The jerseys are sick, but I need not Utah anymore. I'm over it. I need a name. I need identity.
It's annoying.
It's what everyone craves in life, and they need it, and they found it under the tree this year.
It's annoying when talking about them in text or to people where I'm like, oh yeah, the Bolts, like we're talking to Merles about the board, and I'm like, I actually think the Wild can beat the Jets. They didn't, and then I'm like, and I just hate having to type out the Hockey Club is going to roll tonight or whatever. It's just such a weird thing.
It's weird saying Hockey Club. It's like I'm sick of saying Utah all the time.
And then I always go to see Utah because that's cleaner. But then I don't like it. I love this gift for them.
If we don't give them a name, we can't give them a nickname, and everyone deserves a nickname. So it's time for a name.
What's the Shakespeare name quote? Name is just a name or something. A rose is just a rose.
I mean, I think that's completely different. A rose by any other name still smells as sweet. That is the Shakespeare line.
Yeah, okay.
Is that
the Utah Hockey Club? But the Utah Hockey Club by any other name
still skates as hard.
Yeah, would skate even harder. Shakespeare was wrong.
Shakespeare was wrong this whole time.
It would skate even harder.
Wow.
All right, Dan, my next team is the Vancouver Canucks, and I'm sorry to tell you that I actually don't know what they got, but I do have a copy of their list. So I'm going to read something off their Christmas list.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're going to get it or not, but I did find this on good authority.
That's a federal crime, sir.
I know.
You stole their mail.
No, I didn't steal it. I found it.
Feels like you stole it.
It says...
It feels like you're going to jail now.
Dear Santa, for Christmas this year, we want one thing. That we could all get along like we used to back in middle school. That we could make a cake filled with rainbows and smiles and everyone would eat it and be happy.
Was that a Mean Girls reference? Dude, we are so ass, bro. I have a Mean Girls reference in this later as well. We are so fucking lame. It's just, I don't know why anyone listens to this show. Like, we just are out here quoting Mean Girls in The Office left and right. Get a grip. But hey, wouldn't that be great for them? I mean, Petey and JT, they went in front of the media yesterday and they motherfucked everyone, said this is bullshit. So that's huge. That's huge. And that means that this wish is probably going to come true. So that's fucking great.
And I'm happy for them.
I'm thrilled. That's great. All right, Oilers, Chris. The Oilers.
Here we go.
The Oilers, the new Eastern Conference Oilers.
Yeah.
They come down Christmas morning, and what's under the tree? But it's John Gibson. John Gibson of the Anaheim Ducks is now an Edmonton Oiler. Look
Wow.
at Lucas Dostal is the goalie in Anaheim now. It's time for Gibber to move on, and there is no team in the NHL that makes more sense. Now, you would ask yourself, is a Pacific Division trade going to happen like that? No, but it's good because they're in the Eastern Conference now, so no one cares.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
John
completely
Gibson is only 31 years old. He's got plenty of great hockey left. And listen, we are seeing some sketchy games from the Oilers and some sketchy goals given up. I think we just got to call it what it is. This team is a goalie away from a Stanley Cup, and John Gibson's waiting under the tree.
And he's a goalie, Dan. And he's
a
currently
good
away. So
He's
go
a good
get
one.
him here. Take him from away, put him here. And
He
then
is officially the backup in Anaheim. Make a trade, folks.
Yeah.
Make a trade.
That's wild. Let's move to Chicago, Dan. The Chicago Blackhawks. And Dan, they wake up Christmas morning. And for the last time, I promise, say it with me.
Rule change.
There is no more offside for Connor
No.
Bedard only. For Connor Bedard only. So
Oh,
he can
wow.
float. So, dude, he wasn't coming back playing D anyway. So just sit on the far blue and then take it step beyond the far blue. And the
Beautiful.
defensemen are so trained to be like, well, I don't need to pay attention to him because he's offside. Whoops, he's not offside. Whoops, J shot. Whoops, 60 goals. And now he's a -10 instead of a -70. So, boom.
Unbelievable.
Rule change, Bedard no longer offside.
Unbelievable.
That changes everything for them, honestly, Dan.
He's going to win the Rocket now.
That changes everything.
Oh, that's big.
What do you think would actually happen if he could not be offside?
I think he would win the Rocket.
You think so?
I think he would get 5 breakaways a game.
But you could just cover him. You just be like, like the league knows. They're like, he can
Yeah,
float.
but it's like it would open so many things. Like, I think it would genuinely change the game for them.
That'd be
what am I
sick.
talking? I think it absolutely would.
I would love to see what would happen.
It would be cool to see a game of it.
Yeah, just once.
Yeah,
Maybe Winter
just one.
Classic. No offside Winter Classic. That'd be gas.
Now we're talking.
Like Winter Classic's full pond hockey, no offside.
Now we're talking. Pacific Northwest Christmas, the Seattle Kraken, under the tree for every single player, they find a year subscription to Hims. They need their spunk back.
Yeah, they do. Dude.
They need some lead in the pencil. They need their mojo. I don't know what's going on in Seattle, but they're limp. They're soft.
Yep.
And we need to stiffen them up a little bit. We need to get the blood pumping back up in Seattle. We need to get the spunk juices flowing in this Kraken team. Seattle Spunk needs to come back, and that yearly subscription to Hims is going to get it going.
Bring on the Priapism, dude. I need it. Call the doctor. It's been 4 months.
We need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
I'm there for that. That's a great gift.
Absolutely.
Okay, take me to Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm barely kidding about this one, Dan. They wake up Christmas morning, and it's their boy Marc-Andre Fleury, the Flower. He's been traded back. Let's completely reunite the band. He's playing great, and he's on a team that could win a cup. But I'm just telling you, Dan, if he comes back to the boys and gets a starting role again, he ends it where he started, and they get to make one more ride back into the playoffs and make a legitimate run with some really good goaltending.
Wow.
How electric would that be, dude?
That would be special.
It's Frank Sinatra.
I couldn't hate that for one. That would be remarkable.
I think it would make Sid happy, and that's what all I want is a happy Sid on Christmas.
That's all we've ever wanted. All the times we talk about the Penguins, it's all derived from us just wanting Sid to be happy. And bringing his buddy back, maybe throwing some pranks out there.
They would
that
love
makes
it.
him happy. He would absolutely love that. Let's go to the San Jose Sharks. They got a big one, Chris. Under the tree is a brand new Jumbotron for SAP Center. Because clearly these boys have no idea when the third period starts or ends because they just keep blowing third period leads like nothing I've ever seen. They're getting up on big teams, the Oilers, the Jets, and then the third period happens and it all falls apart. The guys just don't know when the game's over.
Yeah, correct. They think it's a shorter game.
Clearly, they've got an issue with the Jumbotron, with the scoreboard. We're going to get them a new one. We're going to make sure those lights are nice and bright, that we can see them from the ice level. Boys won't be confused anymore.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Dan, that's next level.
Yeah.
That's next level.
Got to take care of the boys.
I'm going to New Jersey. They wake up for Christmas morning, unwrap a huge, really, actually not that huge present.
Oh.
It's Quinn Hughes. I know there's a log jam of young D there, But it just makes sense, Dan. We need all the Hughes. It's going to be easy on their parents. It's the holidays. They can't be traveling and their attention spread all over the place. Bring Quinn there. Put all the Hughes bros together. Can you even imagine that team, Dan, with Quinn?
T.
What?
I'm calling it T. Is there any legitimacy in this? Hold on. Let's talk about this.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Is there a world where maybe we look at the Sedins and just see how lovely that was, and maybe we just call up Vancouver and we say, hey, here's Dougie Hamilton, here's Simone Nemec, here's Seamus Casey, here's Seamus Casey. You think you would need that much? Maybe. Quinn's insane. Give us Quinn. Let us reunite the boys. You got 2 or 3 for the price of 1. There you go.
It could happen.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying it's not impossible.
The Devils have some extra D to throw around.
Yeah.
And
with a talented D, not nothing chips. Like, hey, here's some real players.
Just give him Dougie, give him Nemec, give him a first. Bob's your uncle.
Let the boys play together.
Let the boys
like
play.
they always did, like they grew up doing.
This, I'm just saying, it's not that crazy.
Best Christmas ever, dude.
It's not that crazy.
Best Christmas ever. They'd be incredible.
That might be my favorite gift. I like it.
Okay.
Montreal.
Oh, no.
A Québécois Christmas under the tree. It's an extension for Patrick Laine.
Yeah, good.
He's the best goal scorer to ever live, and he fits with Montreal better than lamb and tuna fish, Chris. This man, I believe, has 9 goals in 8 games. Something like that. It's just all working so great. He and Cole love each other. The rebirth of Patrick Laine in Montreal has been amazing. He's got this year and next year still under contract, but just extend him now. Get it done.
Dude.
Make sure the people know he is a part of this future. He's a part of the program. And just wrap it up. Put a bow on it.
I can't believe I'm so devastated even more now that he got hurt at the beginning of the season, considering how many goals he's pumping in and how sick that would have been for the Habs right away.
I mean, he would have scored 50.
Dude,
it's unbelievable.
It's for real.
He still might.
Nuts.
Unbelievable. You love to see it.
In Philly, Dan, they open up their present Christmas morning, and there is a coupon good for 1 free Mitchkoff, Michigan. And hear me out. You know the scene
free of repercussion from torts?
Free to go in and of repercussion.
Wow.
Because
a twofer.
A
2 for 1.
Because you know that scene in Hitch when the dickhead dude is like, he's talking to Hitch about the girl, and he's like, you know, I can't
Vance Munson is a pig.
Vance Munson, dude. Nice. When he goes, I won't be able to get that girl out of my head until I get in there. And Hitch is like, you're disgusting. Leave. I think Mitchkoff can't get the Michigan out of his head until he sees one get in there. And it's obsessing his brain every time he's got the puck behind the net now. So I want to give him a coupon for 1 good one, and then he can use it right away, get it in there, and then it'll open up his whole game. He'll never think about it again, dude. It's be done with it.
Yeah, I like that element of it. Like, let him get one, and then he's like, okay, check, box checked. Yeah, I don't need to do it anymore.
Dan, can I tangent you for one thing here, because this just blew my mind?
Of course, always. You let me go on a Santa Claus tangent. You can have one as well, my friend. It's
I
Christmas.
almost gave them this for Christmas, because I'm looking at the goalies, okay? And the Flyers, here's the goaltending from the Flyers this year. From Sammy, from Alexei, and from the Fed. 881 save percentage, 309 goals against. 878 save percentage, 334 goals against. 877 save percentage, 348 goals against. It's horrible. Horrible.
Not good.
The AHL stuff. So I was going to say, for Christmas, they open their present, and it's a young Ron Hextall. He's back. He's back to man the pipes for the Flyers.
Oh, my gosh, that would be huge.
But, Dan, the reason I didn't give it to him, listen to this, dude. Ron Hextall played from the Flyers from 86 to 92. All right? That's before we were really consciously watching hockey. But my memory of Ron Hextall is like he was one of the greats.
Yeah.
Listen to his stats these years, Dan. I'll just give it year by year. Save percentage, goals against. 902, 301. 886, 351. 891, 323. 868-415, 892-312, 883-340. That's Ron Hextall's career as a Flyer goalie. What?
Not great.
Did he stink?
I mean,
I literally thought he was like one of the
was
great.
His record?
I thought he was one of the great Flyers goalies of all time, Dan.
What was his record?
Let me pull up.
We don't need to pull more stats, but those aren't great numbers. Like,
that blew my mind. Like, wins, he's like 30-28,
yeah,
13-16, 16-21. Like, I'm like, wait, you were bad?
I mean,
Shocking.
I don't know if he was bad. I think Flyers fans would be like, he's not bad, but those numbers aren't good.
I wasn't there. I wasn't watching, but that actually blew my mind. So they did not get a young Ron Hextall. They do get a free Michkov, Michigan.
Yeah, that's big.
That's huge.
Big. Next one, I'm going the Cappies, Chris.
Okay.
Washington Capitals, also a big one. You got to go out to the driveway for this one because it's a whole fleet of parade floats. And make sure they're stocked full of beer because this team is getting back Ovi. They're possibly getting back Oshie. And they're adding Ryan Leonard. Get the parade boats ready, folks, because this is over. 2018 all over again. This team is going cup hunting in a big way. Make sure you've got these parade floats filled with gas and filled with beer.
Dude, that was bold. That's a bold Christmas gift.
I'm just saying.
And I love it. I love it for the Caps. I love it for you, but that is bold. I don't know if Santa has that power.
Imagine this team playing how they are, adding Ovi, Oshie, and Ryan Leonard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane.
I'm going to Winnipeg for the Winnipeg Jets. You got to hear me out on this one, but for Christmas, they have struck oil. And Dan,
I don't like this.
Here's what I mean.
I don't like this.
There's now oil in Winnipeg, which means all the citizens of Winnipeg are now rich because there's oil, which means they can afford tickets, which means the barn is even more packed. And not only is it sold out every night, Dan, but it's sold out with newly rich psychos from Winnipeg. Try to win a playoff game. Try to win a road playoff game there when you've got oil Winnipeg people.
You got oil money there now.
There's oil money up in Winnipeg.
You don't want to meet a new rich
Winnipeg.
Jets fan.
Winnipegian.
You don't want to meet that guy. He's
Come
gonna
on.
heckle you till your fucking wheels fall off. That's
so,
unbelievable.
Dude, boom. Oil strikes in Winnipeg. Boom. Stanley Cup.
Wow. Not the oil you thought, but the
Yeah.
oil they need. That is big.
How about that?
Big, big, big. All right. In Carolina, Chris, the Hurricanes, they come down, and under the tree is an e-bug. It's an e-bug.
Shit.
I have never in my entire life seen a hockey team like the Carolina Hurricanes when it comes to goalie health. They are the most unlucky team in the world. They need a miracle. Thank God it's Christmas because Santa Claus has provided them with an e-bug just in case they keep running into these goalie issues. They've got a little bit of insurance. They've got goalie insurance. They've got frog protection, goalie protection because they need it.
Can I pile on here real quick, Dan?
Always.
The e-bug is Jim Craig because I heard you say they need a miracle. They need an emergency goalie, and it needs to be a miracle. And who better than the goalie who completed the miracle, Jim Craig? Boom.
Talk about dusting off the pads. Literally, probably, in this case.
Cup.
Unbelievable.
Dan, take me to Columbus, the Columbus Blue Jackets. They wake up Christmas morning, and they find out that Ryan Day, coach of Ohio State football team, has taken the head coaching job of the Columbus Blue Jackets. He stays in Columbus. He walks over to coach the hockey team where he stays true to form and beats every team in the league except for Michigan. So if my math is correct, next year the Blue Jackets go 79-3 in the regular season, losing only 3 times to the Red Wings, and then they get swept in the Eastern Conference Finals by the Red Wings. But still, that's a hell of a season.
Well, the Red Wings would have to make playoffs for that to happen. So hopefully...
Oh, nice. Dan, I didn't even think about that.
Michael Scott's 45-day plan hasn't totally kicked in yet.
So Ryan Day comes over to Columbus, stays in Columbus, coaches Blue Jackets, goes 79-3 in the regular season, and then wins 16 straight playoff games on the way to a cup, and the Red Wings miss the playoffs.
For the last time ever.
Because then Ryan Day will eventually lose like 10 straight Eastern Conference Finals for nothing.
Yeah. And begrudgingly, he will get fired. It's
like, you cannot beat the Red Wings, you fucking idiots. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you. But hell, dude, the Blue Jackets would love to have that success. I want that for them. And 79 wins is an NHL record, so that's pretty sick.
I love it. Going back to another snowy Christmas up in Minnesota, the Wild. Christmas Day for the Wild. It is an early exit for the Denver Pioneers in the Frozen Four tournament so they can get Zeev Boyum and his ass straight to St. Paul ASAP and get on this team and help get the Wild back on track. They need Boyum. He should have been in the league this year. He went back because he wanted to win another natty, or I don't know if he won. I think he did win a natty. He wants to win another natty. Zeev, sorry, you can't have another one. You're out early. You're on this Wild team because you're making their Christmas dreams come true.
Bad Christmas for Denver, good Christmas for Minnesota, and that's fine because they deserve those things. Denver,
yes.
You had enough. Minnesota,
you're taking care of your
deserve
future employee. It's what you got to do.
Yeah, that's
It's
the way
business.
the world works. That's the way the world works. Business.
It's just business.
Okay, Dan. Now I'm going to go to the I'm going to go on Long Island to the New York Islanders.
Wow.
For Christmas morning, Dan, they wake up, they rip the paper everywhere, and they find a Bop It.
Okay.
Dan, because the Islanders need to have some fun. And not only do they need to have some fun, but the fans need to have some fun. The people viewing them need to have some fun. Everything about the Islanders just hasn't been fun for a while, and they need a toy to make them feel like a kid again. So I went to a toy, an iconic toy from our childhood, and Dan, for $100, can you tell me the 5 things that you do on a Bop It?
Well, first of all, sir, that's a Bop It Extreme that you're talking about.
No, dude. No.
Yes, it is.
I have it up.
The original Bop It, Chris, the original Bop It is just a Bop It. It's a Twist It and it's a Pull It. The Bop It Extreme
you're right.
added a Flick It and a Spin It. So, nice try.
How the fuck?
Nice try.
Okay, I owe you $100.
And hey, if you want me to tell you the colors of those things, I can do that too.
No, you can't, dude.
I sure can.
I dare you.
The Bop It is purple, the Twist It is yellow, the Pull It is blue, the Spin It is red, and the Flick It is green.
Dude, that is fucking batshit insane.
If you ever wondered which one of us was more autistic,
have you been boppeting?
I have been sneaking away for the last 30 years of my life to just play Bop It in a closet whenever I feel too anxious or too worked up about something. It brings me back down, dude. It brings me back down.
The Islanders need it, Dan, and we're going to get them a Bop It Extreme and have some fun. Be a kid. Be a kid out there.
Be a kid again,
have a good time.
Just have some fun. I could probably show you the ropes. Next up, Chris, we're going down to South Florida again to the Florida Panthers. And under the tree, unfortunately, this one's not for everyone, but it's going to help everyone because it's a box of Caltine bars for Bob. This guy has played 23 games of the 35 this season, and even though they're in first place, he's been a little leaky. You've been calling him out. He has been a little leaky. His save percentage is under 900. And listen, we found out in these games, all these games he's playing, some of these OT ones, he's losing 16 pounds a game. This guy's going to disappear. We got to put some meat on those bones again, maybe fill out that net a little bit, stop letting some of these goals go in. We're going to beef him up. We're going to give him some Caltine bars so he can put on weight.
I love that, Dan. And imagine if he just kept his weight, if he kept his fighting weight the whole time.
He might never give up a goal.
Never get scored on again.
It's unbelievable.
My last one, I'm going to Vegas. And Vegas at Christmas gets a Frankenstein monster version of Mark Stone. So that whenever Mark Stone hurts something, they can take out that ligament or bone or muscle or organ of the Frankenstein Mark Stone and put it in the real Mark Stone, and he can play, and it'll be fine. And then now they are a force who will never lose their captain, and it's now lookout, cookout for the rest of the NHL.
CP, you should have just said a cadaver. That's like realistic. They should just get a cadaver on retainer for every time Mark Stone gets an injury. They just go, cut him open, dude. Cut him open, put a new one in. Like
I like it being a clone.
He needs to be our dad. Like our dad, for the listeners, has gone full bunker dad, and the garage is just filled with rations of stuff everywhere. We need rations of ligaments for Mark Stone over in Vegas. Just start collecting
ACL,
bodies.
MCL, left or right? They're like right. Oh, right. PCL, right? PCL, boom.
Oh, yeah,
get it
that's
in there.
what we need.
Get
New
it in there.
meniscus. Got it. Here we go. That's beautiful.
He'll be just fine.
He'll be just fine. All right, my last gift, Chris, is going to be for the Dallas Stars, and it's a big box again, and it's filled chock-a-block full of power play goals.
Ooh,
this team has slipped to 4th in the Central. And a big part of that is because they are 25th in the National in power play goals. How in the fuck do you have this much talent on your roster and you are 25th in the league in power play? That is not acceptable, sir. And I'll tell you what, that type of stat is the thing that's going to get you booted from the playoffs again. So get your shit together, figure out your power play. I love this team. I'm on their bandwagon. I'm on like 7 bandwagons.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
per usual.
But per usual. But I'm on the Dallas bandwagon, and I'll tell you what, this team is frustrating as fuck to watch because they're just losing games they have no business losing. Tyler Seguin going out has been deadly, and the power play is brutal. So fortunately for Christmas, we've got a bunch of those power play goals.
Use them whenever you want.
Whenever you want.
Yeah,
I would suggest you use them when you're on the power play.
Yeah, that's actually the only time you can use them, but save them for whatever power play you want.
Beautiful stuff. All right. That is our Christmas gifts. Am I right?
Yeah, it is.
That is our 32 Christmas gifts for every team in the league. Merry Christmas to every single one of you. I hope it's everything that you wanted.
And that sentence usually finishes with "and a happy new year." So let's take you right into the New Year's resolutions for the 4 divisions. Let's start in the Atlantic, because as you said at the beginning of this episode when you were making a fool of yourself, we are looking at the Atlantic Ocean. So let's start there. Dan, what is the resolution?
Atlantic, for the Atlantic Division, our resolution is going to be to share more. Listen, you guys have been hogging playoff spots for like 8 years now. It's unbelievable. You've had your time. It's time to snap it around and spread the wealth. Ottawa's knocking on the door. Look at them. They're above 500. They're winning games. They could be in a playoff spot right now. It's time we step aside, share, give someone else a turn. Let someone pop into the playoffs.
Been those big 4 for a minute, Dan, and it would be cool to see some of these fan bases get a bit at it. I'm in for that. In the Met, the resolution for the Metro Division is in 2025. We promise we won't say a single word about the Canes being dangerous until they reach the Stanley Cup Finals. And in fact, I will say, Dan, I don't even think, and you just gave the Washington Capitals parades for Christmas, but I'm not even sure I'm willing to allow the Met to say a word about any of their teams.
Sir, I gave them parade floats. It's up to them if they want to use them or not.
Yeah, fair. But I think, Dan, the Met is the least likely division to win the Cup. What do you think? I think I would go, because it's any team. Not saying
I don't hate that at all.
I'm saying Central.
I
would go Central, Atlantic, Pacific, Met is my order of likely to win the Cup.
I'm not entirely sure that I will agree with that yet. I really love Washington and the Devils.
Okay,
sorry, Carolina.
Give me your order.
I'm sorry, Carolina fans. I'm sorry. You're going to yell at me.
No, they're not allowed to say anything. They're not allowed to say anything.
I'm not prepared to give you my order of who I think is going to win the Cup right now.
I want it. Give it to me.
I can't do it.
Most likely is the Central. There's so many teams there that could win it.
No. I think most likely is the Atlantic because of one team.
The Leafs.
The Senators.
Absolute ricochet.
I still think Florida's the team to beat.
Okay.
I still think the Florida is the team to beat.
The Mets the least likely.
I hear what you're saying, but don't you think it's actually the Pacific? Because other than Edmonton, like I know you're being like, I think Edmonton is likely, but I just think, like, I wouldn't be shocked if the Caps or the Devils went to the Cup. I wouldn't be shocked if the Wild, Jets, or Dallas went to the Cup.
Yeah, Central's the first for me.
And I wouldn't be shocked if the Panthers, Bolts, Leafs. I'm going to stop there. I wouldn't be shocked if the Panthers or Bolts went to the Cup.
Really? No Leafs?
I would be shocked if the Maple Leafs went to the Cup, dude. Okay. I think that they're amazing, but even Leafs fans would be shocked if they went to the Cup. I think the only team in the Pacific that I wouldn't be shocked if they made it is the Oilers. If the Oilers go to the Cup, I'll be like, yep. If the Kings made this Cup, I'd be like, holy shit. I'd be the happiest man on earth. Pumped, But I'd be like, holy shit. If the Canucks made it, I'd be like, wow, I did not see that coming. Yep. Really, the Pacific only has one team that
Vegas.
Oh, yeah. What am I talking about? Vegas.
So I'm like,
I'd be a little surprised with Vegas. Like, they're sick, but like, I would be like, wow, I wasn't really banking on Vegas. I still think, I think Edmonton is the only team in the Pacific that I'm like, yep. Vegas is very close, though. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do the Central. The Central's resolution in 2025.
Hold on, sorry. After I'm saying it, like, I expect Vegas to be in the Cup more than the Devils.
The Devils,
so
right?
You're
yeah.
right. We're going to say the Met is the least likely.
Met's the least likely.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. I'm just telling you they're the least likely to win the Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, my Central Division, or the Central Division New Year's resolution that we've come up with is In 2025, the Central Division promises no matter what the 2-3 matchup in the first round is, they won't say, oh my God, this should have been the Western Conference Finals. We know there's 3 sick teams in the Central. 2 are going to play in the first round. It sucks. We all hate it.
It blows every time.
Stop. I don't care that should be the Western Conference Finals. It isn't. It's the first round play.
And we are telling you, we all agree.
It sucks, yeah.
We all agree. We just don't need to say it anymore. The New Year's resolution is just give it a rest. We don't need to say it. We all know it. We're going to get past it.
Yep.
And then for the Pacific, the last resolution of the divisions, the Pacific New Year's resolution is to start games a little bit earlier. It'd probably be beneficial for everybody. We can't have any of these teams getting more traction around the fan bases in the league. You know what? Someone on the East Coast saying, you know what? I'm going to start watching some Sharks games. Celebrini, Will Smith, these guys are fun. Toff is burying goals left and right. I want to watch this team. You see a great matchup between the Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. That is a heavyweight matchup. I want to watch that game. It doesn't end until 1 fucking a.m.
Yeah. You want to watch that game? I hope you work the night shift in the lobby of a hotel, sir, because otherwise you will not be watching that game.
You are the last toll booth worker alive, and I hope you have a little TV in there, because that's the only chance you're going to get to watch it. Maybe we just start playing games a little bit earlier. And I'm not saying anything crazy. An hour. Puck drop at 6.
Yeah.
Puck drop at 6. It's going to make a
world of difference.
Sense. It's going to be great. Listen. We've got Christmas gifts. We've got New Year's resolutions. This was a holiday cheermeister type of episode. It is Christmas Day, folks. I hope that you're listening on Christmas Day. And if you're listening on Boxing Day, or maybe those doldrum days between Christmas and New Year's, either way, we are so happy to be joining you right now. We wish you the happiest Christmas. Hopefully your day and your break and your weeks are filled with cheer, happiness, family time with friends, family, and other loved ones, and we hope it's been magnificent. We love you. Happy Christmas, and until we see you next time,
find a frozen pond, find your ODR, and skate hard.